Is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Thursday, October 22nd. I'm Jeff, here with my girl, Tori.
What's up?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You digging that outfit?
I feel very like, what's up, guys?
Cool, cool. Got it. Brandon joins us from home. Brandon, looking cute as always, buddy.
Thank you. What's up, guys? Yeah, I was just thinking, I haven't physically seen you two since Friday, March 13th.
That's
How crazy is that?
I miss my Brandon.
It's crazy that you remember the exact date.
Yeah, that was very Rain Man of him, but really, we used to dance every Friday, the crisscross. Oh man, I miss Beeline.
I know, we had some good Fridays. Speaking of Rain Man, Brandon, your Giants play tonight, don't they? You got a prediction?
Let's go 21-17 New York Football Giants.
Ooh. All right, there we go. We'll find out tomorrow if Rain Man Brandon was correct. All right, let's get to some stories. Matthew McConaughey, first up, he reveals some pretty shocking details about his childhood. In his new memoir, Green Lights, Matthew says he was knocked unconscious in the back of a van and molested by a man when he was 18. And he also reveals that at age 15, he was blackmailed into having sex for the first time. He also claims his father whipped him for putting on a fake Cracker Jack tattoo. Despite his past traumas and rough upbringing, Matthew says he never felt like a victim and says he always knew he wanted to be a father. This is very shocking to me. Maybe not so. I have a lot to say on this, but I want your thoughts first, just because Matthew McConaughey is so positive and very inspirational, to me at least.
Now, if you ever follow Matthew McConaughey, and I highly suggest you do on Instagram, or his wife Camilla McConaughey, they're incredibly positive people. They're very honest people. They remind me a lot of like the Smiths, like Jada Pinkett Smith.
Right.
Very open, very authentic. His mother and father married, divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced 3 times. They just had a very crazy, seemingly turbulent upbringing. What's lovely to see is that he and his wife Camilla have had the most stable relationship. So he seems to have stabilized his life, and I'm so happy for him because he deserves it.
Right, and I think, well, again, I want to tell you a little story after this, but I think admitting some of those fears or quote unquote whatever it may be in your past, weaknesses that once you let them go,
he seems to
you
have
stop carrying
healed.
that burden.
Yeah, he seems to have healed from it.
Right. So,
yeah.
Brandon, are you a Matthew McConaughey fan?
Yeah, I'm a fan, Jeff, for sure. I mean, I love those Lincoln commercials that the guy has. But at first, when you think of Matthew McConaughey, you're like, all right. But then you read about some of the things he's putting in his memoir, and I was like, all right. But
I like what he did there.
After turning 36 the other day, I realized, like, you go back and you reflect a lot on your life. And you guys are talking about the positivity that he shows on his Instagram with his wife. To get to that level of positivity, you've had to go through some dark days. So I think that once you hit 50, I think 50 is that age for men. Well, it's like, you know what? Every wakening day is such a blessing. Let me go back and look at the good of life, but let me go back and look at some of the negatives and share these experiences with people who think that my life is just all positivity. Remember, I say it again, you have to go through the negative to get to that positive mind frame of life.
And that's why I think it's called green lights.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think. It's like turning the red to green lights.
And I couldn't agree more. Quickly, I just want to tell you this story about motivation and positivity, because I read them every morning. I'm sorry to bore you guys with these.
No, I love this.
But there's a story about these twin boys, right? And their exact DNA, right? They're twin. They couldn't be more alike.
Identical.
Genetically, right?
Got it.
And their father was an abuser, an alcoholic. You name it, he was, right? One of the sons turned out exactly like his father. He said, because my father beat my mother, he drank all the time, I had no choice but become that guy. The other twin did the exact opposite because he wanted to be nothing like his father and chose a different route.
Wow.
Meaning, you have choices in your life. Just because there's certain elements of your life where you didn't start at the same point as someone else, doesn't mean you can't get rid of those bad things in your life and take a different path. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's always a choice.
There's always a choice, and some people, don't want to take that choice or make the effort, but you see people who do, they flourish.
And Matthew McConaughey made that choice not to let that
Absolutely.
weigh him down. Listen, I know that's a little deep, but
It was
I
lovely.
love that stuff. I love
feel
that
like
stuff,
we're at
and
a
I always feel like
campfire.
you don't want. I get in deep on the
I know.
campfires, deep at the campfires. All right, we're going to move on. Rudy Giuliani is trying to set the record straight after being caught in a compromising position. All right. President Trump's personal lawyer makes an appearance in Sacha Baron Cohen's last Borat film, being released tomorrow. I actually can't wait for this. And a still photo. Again, this is just a still photo from the movie. Rudy is in a hotel room with Borat's daughter, who is posing as a conservative TV reporter, obviously an actor.
Right.
And is seen lying down in a bed with one hand in his pants, apparently, allegedly. Borat in drag then bursts into the room and
This is
says,
a crazy story.
She's 15. She's too old for you. The actress is actually 24. If you've ever seen Borat, you get that joke. After the photo went viral, Rudy went on Twitter writing, quote, "The Borat video is a complete fabrication. I was tucking in my shirt after taking off the recording equipment. At no time before, during, or after the interview was I ever inappropriate. If Sacha Baron Cohen implies otherwise, he's a stone cold liar." Rudy also said after he realized it was a setup, and he actually called the police. So,
Yeah.
Tori, you're smirking over here.
Well, let me just say, Rudy Giuliani used to be America's mayor after 9/11. We saw him do wonderful things, and he calmed down a nation. He cleaned out a city. I mean, he really did. And then he has just fallen. And in D.C., he's just a joke. I'll be 100% honest with you. People admit, like Steve Schmidt and other insiders, he's drinking constantly. And
Allegedly.
Allegedly. However, he's on these talk shows. You're right, I should say allegedly,
Yes.
but this is what they're saying. And unfortunately, in July, this happened, and he went on Fox to discuss it and was like, I knew it was Sacha Baron Cohen. I called the police on him. He didn't trick me. I saw the script. I was on it. Unfortunately, we are going to see the footage where none of that happens. And what we think was what he thought was a 15-year-old girl, he lays down. For some reason, he's on a bed lying down like that, and his hand is down there. It doesn't look good, and Borat had to run in and interrupt. I'm just saying Rudy Giuliani is over. He's over. And I will say that, in my opinion, in terms of any type of credibility he has left. I just want to be blunt about that.
So listen, I don't want to jump on this video too soon. It might be all the things that we're thinking in our mind right now, and it might not be. I want to see the video first because I don't want to judge a book by its cover, meaning that still photo. Now, Tori, I want to go back to you real quickly. Does any of his downfall have to do with his connection to Trump?
I think a lot of people think his blind loyalty to Trump was something that was unlike Rudy, in which he had his own mind. The idea of Rudy Giuliani was that he was sort of this independent guy. He could get along with Democrats and Republicans, and he sort of became this like perfectly like Trump machine, and that pushed a lot of people the wrong way. A lot of people think he's even in alleged Russian intelligence. I mean, there's this whole crazy thing about Rudy, but all I know is his credibility is shot, and this does not help. Yes
would have been a perfectly acceptable answer.
Yes.
Brandon. Brandon, you want to weigh in on this story?
Like a picture's worth 1,000 words, and social media has used all 1,000 of them, so we can move on.
There you go. Thank you, Brandon. Let's get this last story in. Brooke Shields wants all women over 50 to know they are far from being done. Check this out. Wow. Can I say that? Yes, I can. In an interview with People magazine, the 55-year-old said her teenage daughter often called her out for wearing baggy bathing suits. That seems to fit just fine. Wow. But now she's getting more comfortable with showing off her body. And Melanie Griffith, check this out, is also proving age is just a number. The 63-year-old posed in this pink underwear set in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The actress is a breast cancer survivor and also had skin cancer on her nose. So Brandon, listen, I love the message behind this. They both look beautiful. Give me your take.
They look gorgeous, you know, and I'm understanding now as I continue to get older and continue to grow that, you know, once you hit a certain age, you want to feel like you felt back at a certain point in life, you know, and like you said, you love the message that comes along with it. See, my thing is, I think if they had Instagram back in the day, then they would have used their bodies more, shown their bodies off more, but it wasn't accepted, and we didn't have social media back in the day. So now they're looking at this younger generation get rich or make money off of showing a little skin and feeling sexy. I think they're like, hey, I can do it then, I can do it now.
There you go. You want to put a little button on this beautiful story?
Well, if you're Brooke Shields, you're always going to look fabulous. Melanie, Brooke, you look great. But women, embrace your age. It's a privilege to get older. It really is.
That was beautiful, Tori.
Yes.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. Brandon,
you're
beautiful
Tori.
too, buddy. Stick around. Coming up on DBL, sitcoms are back with new episodes in the age of the coronavirus, how they're dealing with the pandemic in a very real way. And as always, we want to thank our colleagues working from home during the pandemic. That's right, Tori, sit up straight. Yeah. The camera's on you. We'll be right back.
I was like, that was embarrassing.
Welcome back to DBL. Two ABC sitcoms returned to the air last night, and both reflected the new normal of living in a pandemic. First, in Blackish, the husband Dre is now working from home while Dr. Rainbow Johnson debates whether her son is trying to skirt around quarantine by sneaking his girlfriend. Let's watch.
That can't be her.
Who?
Junior's girlfriend.
There's no way he's gonna sneak in a girl in your house during quarantine.
Right?
I'm kidding, it's definitely her they're smashing.
Can you not talk about my son that way, please?
I think that's very real. Meantime, on the Connors, Dan has to lay off some of his crew to make ends meet. Let's take a look.
Come on, Dad. Let us help you with the mortgage.
You're out of options. You're like the captain of the Titanic. It's time to throw on a dress and sneak into the lifeboat.
I want to see how, not Dan,
John Goodman.
John Goodman looked right there. So what do you think about these? They're really tackling issues everyone's dealing with right now.
I gotta say, if you were looking for a really good sitcom, Blackish is hitting it out of the park lately. They just did an animated an episode. I just think their timing is great. I love how real they are. And I like that's what sitcoms are supposed to do. Make you laugh while reflecting back on you. I didn't know The Connors was still on. I'll be 100% honest. So good to see it's still on. Wondering how the ratings are doing. I didn't know. I'm like embarrassed to say that.
Good spin that you put on that. Glad to see they're on now. Brandon, you're being a good boy during quarantine. No sneaking in girls for you, huh?
Wow, Jeff. Do we not have a boss?
He's not
No,
here.
because you've mentioned how good you're being, so I'm just accentuating that.
In the weirdest way.
Okay, no, Jeff, no sneaking in girls for me on this end. And if our boss is listening, I promise you, I am not. No, but just to go back to these sitcoms, if you think about it, like go back to Good Times, go back to the Jeffersons, you relate to these families. You almost feel like you are a part of these families. And if you come from a family where you guys don't openly discuss these things, you get this information or you learn how to cope through that sitcom family. So I think it's no different from back then of the sitcoms of the past that we've had to now.
That's like Golden Girls too. They would reflect on things and the issues of the time. By the way, that's a great sitcom.
I don't know, but that was a weird reference.
Thank
He's
you.
talking about more like family values.
So does the Golden Girls. It's amazing. They do. They talk about a lot. Homosexuality. They talk about a lot of stuff.
They don't talk about sneaking in girls, Jeff.
Well, that one was very promiscuous.
Blanche.
Blanche was.
Oh, she was a spicy.
She was a hoot.
She was a hoot. Hoot and a holler.
I just love. I don't know why I love the awkward pause and people in the control room are like, "Hurry up and read that prompter." I love the confusion and just letting people stew in it. There we go. Coming up on DBL, we're chatting with the women behind a jolly new Netflix musical called Jingle Jangle, a Christmas journey. I'll be watching.
Yeah, you are.
Why it's worth a watch. That's coming up next.
Jingle jangle.
to DBL. Christmas Cheer is here, and producer Lynn Sisson-Talbert is bringing it to Netflix with her musical Jingle Jangle. I like saying that. A Christmas journey. Lindsay spoke with her earlier in today's DBL Spotlight.
My friend Lynn Sisson-Talbert, welcome to DBL.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Now, after the year that we've all had, I'm so excited about some Christmas cheer. How is this Christmas movie and the actors a little different than all the Christmas movies that we've seen in the past?
Well, first of all, yes, after the year we've had, we need some joy in our lives right now. So I'm so grateful to be able to bring at least a couple of hours of joy to the households of the world. And it's different because it's not your typical Christmas movie.
Once upon a time lived the greatest inventor that ever there was.
It's more of just this magical family story. It's about family, it's about forgiveness, it's about second chances, and on top of that, you get to see some amazing visual effects and special effects and singing, dancing, and fantastic actors, comedy, you name it. We've kind of checked all boxes here.
Now, you have some legendary names attached to this project. You have Felicia Rashad, John Legend, Forrest Whitaker, Ricky Martin. Tell me some stories from the set, please.
Felicia Rashad, first of all, the mother of all mothers, epitome of elegance and excellence. Forrest Whitaker, oh my, Oscar winner. Ricky Martin, Keegan, Michael Key. Keegan is always just making everyone laugh on set. So he's insane, so much fun, so talented. And when you see him sing and do this choreographed moment in the movie, you're gonna lose your mind.
Now, I have to ask you, as a Black woman in film production, which we know is a male-dominated industry, did you feel throughout your journey that you had to work twice as hard to get where you are?
I do feel that, just because you have to be cognizant of how you're getting your voice across and making sure you're heard. In this business, we have to be tough. You have to have tough skin. And I've seen, like, even some of my colleagues, they're very, strong-minded, amazing, intelligent women, and very hard, because of having to have that tough exterior. And I've learned for myself, like, that's not really me. I feel like I can be fun-loving and be myself, but then also, like, get down to business. And that's worked for me, but I certainly understand, because you get a lot of bumps and bruises along the way.
Now, one positive thing we're seeing is a trend that more and more kids' movies have a lead character that's a person of color, which I love. So what message do you hope to send when kids finally see in your movie that the lead character is a young Black girl?
Oh my gosh, the main thing is, this film, we did it for our son, Elias. I grew up watching Mary Poppins and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and I didn't see images that looked like me or my family. And I think that would have helped me and helped my self-esteem growing up. And that's the purpose of this. I want my son Elias to see this film and feel like, wow, I could be an inventor too, or I can do this, and wow, he kind of looks like me. And so I think representation is very important, especially for little Black boys and Black girls across the world, because we want to be those things that we see.
Well, our DBL audience can catch Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey, out on Netflix on November 13th. Thank you so much for joining me, Lynn. You know I'm a huge fan of yours and everything you have going on.
Thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate you for having me, and you just keep doing your thing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Promote.
To DBL. Earlier, Steph showed me amazing products at great prices. Here's DBL Steel Blast, presented by MorningSave.com. All right, what do you have for us today, Steph?
So this organizer is perfect for your grocery shopping, keeping your food and drinks cold in the cooler, and you can use it for a picnic too, and it easily collapses, look, when it's not needed. Now, normally this is $49, but we've got it for $24, saving our viewers 51%. I've got something that you should never ever leave the house without. It is the 3-pack Halo Shine power bank flashlight. So you'll never be low on power. It's got 15 hours of additional battery, and it's also got a USB port just here. So you can charge your phone and more on the go. Now, normally this is $90, but we've got it for $18, saving 80%. So this is the Richards Homeware personal hairstyling storage chest. So it's going to help you keep everything tidy, get rid of clutter. So you can put in it things like your blow dryer, hairspray, combs. So normally this is $70. We've got it for $29, which means you're saving 59%. Last, we've got the perfect thing to make grooming on the go super convenient and easy. This is the 2-pack Pop Sonic precision hair trimmer with a guard attachment. It's gentle and it comes with a cutting guide for your eyebrows, and it comes with lots of little handy brushes that you can clean the blades with. Now, normally this is $60, but we've got it for $15, which means our viewers will save 75%.
Wow, I'm like losing my paycheck to this stuff today. All right, I'm gonna go get everything. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph. You don't have time.
Hurry up.
Okay, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Tank.
Tank who?
You're welcome.
No, you're welcome. We'll see you tomorrow.
No.